what you doing, what you getting. And when I need to feel alive, I just get in my car and drive. When life it starts to break my stride, I just get in my car and ride. Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm gonna drive my blues away. just another no one. Keep the family sound. Like a comet we run by a gravity bound. In the big black empty sea, she is always there with me. Keeps me sheltered, keeps me free. She is always there with me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Through the silent we go. Yeah, she's the shiniest side. about your troubles, hit the lights. Lay your body down, babe. I'm gonna give the world to you tonight. I can feel you breathe. Sweet are the days of the soul searching pleasure when deep in the days I can hold you to myself again. Relive the memory map, I couldn't want more. I give you everything that you ever want for. Don't worry, honey, I've nothing to say. Tonight we wash all your worries away. So lay your body down, babe. Forget about your troubles, hit the lights. Lay your body down, babe. I'm gonna give the world to you tonight. Breathe. Breathe. I can feel your heartbeat. I can feel you breathe. I can feel your heartbeat. I can feel you breathe. So lay your body down, babe. Forget about your troubles, hit the lights. Lay your body down, babe. I'm gonna give the world to you tonight. So lay your body down, babe. Forget about your troubles, hit the lights. Lay your body down, babe. I'm gonna give the world to you tonight.
And greetings, everyone, and welcome to the Saturday Social with me, your host, Kindar, the Tiger Writes, or today, if the chat does its job, the Tiger Talks, and Ty, the co-host. This is when the chat is supposed to keep me from writing. The more they get me to talk, the less words. The goal is to have as few words as possible written today. Hey Darth, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? I hope you're all having a good weekend. My long weekend is going well. Starting basically the way every weekend starts for me. Did errands today. Played some Space Engineer 2 this morning. Yeah. And yeah, that's kind of it. Right now it is kind of hot in the basement. If I hadn't checked the weather to see that temperatures are going to be dropping, I would probably start the air conditioning. But it's going to cool down and stay cool tomorrow, so we should be good. So yeah. Since no one else is talking in the chat, I'm going to start writing.
stain on the grain of the timber, obscuring the trees and the towns. There's a sinister scent on the wind. Time's gonna come around. The red sun is going down. There's a devil inside of us all now. There's a giant to bring to the ground. He's taking us out when it falls. Our time's gonna come around. The red sun is going down, and there's a price to pay for all that we have done. Turn my eyes away and watch the setting sun. Ghosts in the smoke of the campfires. They weep and they wail with no sound. They darken the lights and the lamps. Our time's gonna come around. The red sun is going down. There's a sting on the gasp on my breath now. There's a mark on the wrist of a bound. Raw rings in the cycle of death. Our time's gonna come around. The red sun is going down, and there's a price to pay for all that we have done. Turn my eyes away and watch the setting sun. Now loyalty is a pistol, and my heart is full of holes. I'm bleeding out my spirit, breathing out my soul. Now loyalty's a pistol. My heart is full of hope. I'm bleeding out my spirit, breathing out my soul. Our days are almost over. Times of change around these parts. There ain't no more cowboys.
It is cooler today, but you're still not going out. That's probably wise. Hopefully the weather will keep cooling down for you.
There's a price to pay for all that we have done. Turn my eyes away and watch the setting sun.
You're sitting pretty at 52k words for Game of Total. I don't know if it's going to. Yeah, I guess it's no longer we're giving it out. I don't know. I'm at 81 or 82,000. I don't actually know the exact number. I'm in the low 80,000.
What is the measure of the common man? No deeds to share, gifts to compare. When all I have it rests on ticking hands.
The butt is down. Well, I mean, it's it's been working for almost a month. It's due a break.
You see a brighter hue, but deep down I know I'll be forever blue. And there's a blackness inside me that's breaking through, but deep down I know I'll be forever blue, forever blue. Nobody wants to learn a thing these days. An endless coil of waste and toil. Empires are built upon the ashes shimmering sands, and we're drowned just off the shore. All these voices sound the same. All that changes is the name. And I just wanna hear some music with some soul. So many shelter shades of gray. I'm not about to mourn the death of rock and roll.
identified.
Sunshine fading from your stare. Sometimes it's better not to care. And I can see your smile is withered. One more autumn leaf is drifting on the wind. Innocence is wasted, and I'm so sorry that you never can replace it. The darkest road ahead, you're gonna have to face it, 'cause I can't always be there. For now I'll do the best I can. You feel it on the wind. Changes weaken from within, and I can take your hand and guide you, but hope is all that I can leave you on your way. Innocence is wasted, and I'm so sorry that you never can replace it. The darkest road ahead, you're gonna have to face it, 'cause I can't always be there. For now I'll do the best I can. Innocence is wasted, and I'm so sorry that you never can replace it. The darkest road ahead, you're gonna have to face it, 'cause I can't always be there. Come and take a trip with us at clock through crazes up by hell. The downer of death is serving tonight, so beware of the clientele. Better grab your plasma cutter. Gonna slice two limbs like a blade through butter. Better grab your plasma cutter. You know why? We're making necromorph soup. Necromorph soup. It's a very simple recipe. Just giblets, guts, and goop. We're making necromorph soup. Necromorph soup. Murder's on the menu. Come and grab yourself a scoop. Yeah. Feeding and a bleeding and a druid's gone. They stalk through the corridors, grabbing and a stabbing and a screaming death. They paint the walls with gore. Better grab your plasma cutter. Gonna slice two limbs like a blade through butter. Better grab your plasma cutter. You know why? We're making necromorph soup. Necromorph soup. It's a very simple recipe. Just giblets, guts, and goop. We're making necromorph soup. Necromorph soup. Murder's on the menu. Come and grab yourself a scoop. Yeah. And it's all over the walls. And it's all over the floor. Your appetite's kinda fading away. I'm not so hungry anymore. We're making necromorph soup. Necromorph soup. It's a very simple recipe. Just giblets, guts, and goop. We're making necromorph soup. Necromorph soup. Murder's on the menu. Come and grab yourself a scoop. We making necromorph soup. Necromorph soup. It's a very simple recipe. Just giblets, guts, and goop. We're making
What am I am listening to a miracle of sound. Right, no, wrong song.
On the crest of the wave, on the point of the blade, it will carry me, my odyssey. On the drift of the wind, on the course of the game, it will carry me, my odyssey.
That is them.
And out across the sea, I will prowl for the wolves of war. The ocean it calls to play, gives me something to fight for. Follow in the footsteps, take a leap of faith and ride with the wind. Pour upon the turning tides, my faith will follow me. Trials to begin, out upon a world so wide. I face my odyssey. On the crest of the wave, on the point of the blade, it will carry me, my odyssey. On the drift of the wind, on the course of the kid, it will carry me, my odyssey. And within the world of change, where the voices of all are heard, under faces of fear they reign, we will hunt them upon their words. Crimson are the rivers, justice in my hands, I'll ride with the wind. Born upon the turning tides, my faith will follow me. Trials to begin, out upon a world so wide. I face my odyssey.
Greed, wrath, pride, sloth, gluttony, envy. Duh, I'm missing lust. I bought their I bought all their albums, and they literally have a clause saying that streamers can use their music free of charge. So I don't use it during my writing because I don't think it's not the right environment for that time. But this is a social, so I want something a little livelier.
Into the ocean's hope at the fading of the day. Aquatic kaleidoscope, see the colors sweep and sway. Down in the deep, deep blue, rebuilding my world anew. Waves keep on washing over me. Swim out, fly into the open. Cool are the currents of the sea. Swim out, deep into the ocean. I carry the means to mend amid the fathoms and the foam. This ocean, it has no end, and I'm a long, long way from home. Down in the deep, deep blue, rebuild my world anew. Waves keep on washing over me. Swim out, dive into the
Hey, Lycanthropes! Thought on correcting typo or blazing past and fixing them later. Typos that you see in the moment should be fixed. I mean, I fix them when I see them. But then, at the end, when I'm done with a chapter, I run it through Pro Writing Aid. And then I don't go looking for more. Until it comes time to edit the chapter. Which this, I don't know if it'll ever get properly edited. Well, that's going to depend on the writer. That's going to depend on the person. For me, it doesn't affect me. But my mind works that way. But if somebody realizes that it slows them, that it breaks their flow, then just keep going. The thing is, there is not one answer that will fit everyone in writing. If I have to give a general answer, is keep going. Never, just keep writing. Don't stop for anything until you're done with the story. And then you can go back and do a second draft, do your editing, make the changes you need to do. But again, like, everybody is different. So yeah. Are you finding that it slows you down when you do it?
Skellige wins a while, Skellige wins a while. Carry us on the tide, conquer the hills and isles. Oars in the morn and the tankard in the eve. Shores ever turn and the anchors ever heave. Oars in the morn, on the weather to
I kind of thinking like better if you let momentum carry you and you can but you probably follow the advice for drawing and visual art too. Yeah, I mean, I cannot speak for drawing. Like I am not a visual artist. Like I plan on learning on trying yet again to learn to draw, but I'm not a visual artist. I'm not a visual person. That's one of the things that's making learning to draw a little difficult for me. But on the level of writing, yeah, like because the text is always going to be there for you to come back to after the fact. So anything that, yeah, you can't fix something that's not there. That's why I advise you don't focus on getting the chapter perfect. Write it down, keep going. Once the story is done, you can come back and fix things, change it, reread it, figure out now, especially because on the level of writing, once it's done, we know what the story is. So knowing where it's going, how it's getting there, will inform decisions that we make as we look it over again. You know, does something happen in the next to last chapter that needs to be hinted at in an early chapter? You know, will we have a series of red herring that we need to plant to better have the mystery unraveled? Like, I'm not going to say it cannot be done, but you know, maintaining a mystery when you don't know what the mystery is going to be about is very difficult. Like I've had times where I'm writing a point and then I realize what my subconscious was leaving behind, what it means now. But that's few and far between. That is not the norm. Do you ever need to set up one of those boards with the red strings to plan the mystery story? No, but I don't really do mystery stories. Did I do? I mean, I think the closest I do to a mystery story is book 4 of Inheriting the Line, with Damien playing Denton while while helping him. And it takes Zikabar to work things out. Zikabar is the one who puts all the pieces together and doesn't quite warn Denton in time. Hey, it's time for I'm still on. Well, I only came on at 6 p.m. This is my Saturday social. This is when I show up, and the chat's job is to try to stop me from writing. The goal is to have the smallest word count possible. And to be honest, the chat is not exactly doing its job. Steals my keyboard. Well, you must have stolen somebody else's, because mine's still here. Hey, Dranzer, Ritz stretched. Alrighty. Lateral. Outside right wrist. Outside left wrist. Inside right wrist. Up, central, down. You gave your protagonist free will, biggest mistake of the entire novel. But what would I do if you gave my protagonist free will in my book? They kind of have. Like I learned a long time ago. That's when I learned this lesson for me is the day that I started being able to finish books. Because it's part of how I learned to cage the my inner perfectionist when it comes to writing. I learned that my characters know the story better than I do. So I mostly let them do what they want. I will nudge them in the direction the story needs to go. But beyond that, like, when I make notes is where I want the story to go. But it doesn't tell me how this character is going to get there. Some are fairly obvious, others are not. So, they kind of have free will. I'll show you a lot if you give them free will, even surprise. Yeah. Oh, yeah. In the second draft is where I might rein them in a little bit, because at that point I know what the story is. I know if what they're doing isn't really helping. Yeah, like even on story that I have an outline, the outline is more guardrails to keep them in the right direction rather than this is what must happen. And my co-scriptor writes them fairly vague because he knows how I think, he knows how I work. So my outline won't be, won't be point by point what needs to happen. They're going to be something like, well, this is where the character realizes that. About the only time I ask that he give me details is when a scene is going to involve one of his characters. I have one story, Monster and Bad Man, has a few of his characters in it. So, if a scene is going to involve some of his characters, then I want a little more details because I don't know those characters all that well. And, I need him to guide me better. Actually, that's 2 stories. He has currently a character in Harker. Although I'm trying to get him to write the character instead of leaving it all up to me. Because he rewrote a chapter from his character's point of view because his character is in the magical class. And I really like the way he has his character think about the teacher, who's the character point of view that I was telling the chapter from. Because his character has opinions about how magic works. And I can see not an altercation, but I can see an argument building at some point. Well, the thing is, because he's not my character, I'm not the one writing. And that's why I kind of want him to write it, because if I were to write his character, because he's not one of the main characters to the story, is I would slot him in a role. And knowing what I know, what he's doing with it, I might slot him in a role of antagonist to the teacher. But it would still be for the purpose of telling a specific story. While he might treat that completely differently. I like that. I mean, this is why in the Isaac story, which is based on his concept, when I got permission to write Sylvester's story, I asked him to give me the world in which he lands and who summoned him there. And right off the bat, he threw me a curve that I never saw coming. Because when he did, in the narrative, when he described this world, he just describes it as a medieval world. So I don't know about you, but when somebody tells me that, I go to England, the English countryside, forest, castles, And then he goes, he goes, okay, well, he's going to land into an Egypt equivalent, a medieval Egypt equivalent. And I'm going, what am I supposed to do with that? Because none of my plans took into account a desert, a river, not that many trees. I had a scene taking place in the forest already built in my head. And he forced me to completely wrangle my idea around. And I like that. He built the world. He's the one who decided this was going to be a world of sin. And it's got dungeons. He structured how they work. I did talk with him because some of the decisions he made, I didn't see how that would work in a story. So I went, okay, can we make some tweaks? Can we tweak things here and there? And we reach an agreement. I mean, are you in the chat, Ben? No, you're not in the chat today, Ben. We reach an agreement, and the core of what his dungeons are has been maintained, and the tweaks that I introduced will make them more usable in a story. Because eventually Sylvester will end up in a dungeon. But yeah, I like that. I like having to play off someone. It's why Harker, when I conceived the idea, was going to be a shared world. It was going to be, well, initially it was going to be 6 writers who were going to work with me on that. Each one was going to create one of the characters in the faculty who is the heroes sort of behind the existence of Harker. They all vanished. So, a little disappointing. Some had given me characters. Well, some had written the characters they were going to be using at that point, so they're in the story. Cedric, the teacher of the magic class, is the creation of one of my friends who was interested, but life just got in the way. There's a currently minor character, the Rat Lord, who is the creation of my co-scripter. And he showed up once at this point. He will be more prominent in book 3 if I get there. Because book 3 will... one of the students is going to be the future Cat Lord. And there's politicking going on in that world that the character is not aware of. And the Rat Lord itself is trying to eliminate the Cat Lord. And Rat King is going to become a pawn in that.
the slumber, life at the close of the sleep, facing the world with a hunger, clambering out of the deep. Blank slate, a trip to begin. Look to tomorrow. Clean plate, a fresh little wind. A road to follow. Into the wild, into the vast, into the beauty, emerging at last. Into the wild, into the fray, up and away. Gliding over the past. Sun and the rain and the thunder, prized for the world is my shrine. So many places I've wandered, so many I've yet to find. Strong hearts will master the means, firm blades and engines. Small parts I've seen in the dreams, tall towers ascending into the wild, into the vast, into the beauty emerging at last. Into the wild, into the fray, up and away, gliding over the past. Strange voices lead me forward, keep guiding me into the wild. I'll take a stand in of the river, souls are the sands, wings on the wind, stone on the skin, together we band. Into the wild, into the vast, into the beauty emerging at last. Into the wild, into the fray, up and away, gliding over the past.
Casted of inclusion's warm embrace, peering from a solitary space. The sting of rejection leaves its scars upon my face. I will run, I will fall, I will climb through it all, ever keeping the pace, 'cause I can see the
How is my day? My day is going well. Wait, what am I up to? No, you're not talking to me at this point, Darth. Oh, I see. You're just making conversation. Seen any sports lately? No. No, I do not see sports. I do not watch sports. I mean, technically, I've seen cricket. There's people who play cricket in the in the park that I have to walk, that I walk through to go to the grocery store, and they were playing. But there were also tennis. There's a few tennis courts there. I think there's going to be a baseball diamond. I'm not sure that they're rebuilding a section of the park. Football is life. I don't know. I don't like being tackled like that too much. So I leave that to people who have a death wish. Ah. I have never watched Ted Lasso. I have seen clips. The clip where he plays darts with what's the name of the guy? Rupert. I quite enjoyed. I like the way it's played. I like how the characters act, and even Rupert, who is very much a jerk, doesn't really act in a I'm a big jerk behavior. Once he lost, he's kind of pretty good about it. No, I know it's pretty good. Every clip that I've seen is interesting. The problem is, for me, I'm not into sports. It's something of a comedy. I have no interest in Breaking Bad. That is the opposite of Ted Lasso, and I don't care for either extreme. I know that there's a new season of Ted Lasso coming. But yeah, no. I am watching. I am watching Pluribus, who is from the guy who created Breaking Bad, and that is interesting. Like, I'm kind of curious where he's going with that story. It's good. It is good. It is completely different from both those shows, but it is good. It's a quieter form of drama. Like, I'm curious to see what the next season will be like. I'm hoping Wednesday season 3 is going to be better than season 2, which is not a high bar to pass. You enjoyed Breaking Bad? Very cool. Do you ever give up on shows because what you've learned about storytelling? Not really. I have this ability to turn off that part of me. Mostly a show or a book has to go really off the rail story-wise for me to go, okay, you know what, I'm done. And usually when that happens, my next reaction is, okay, you know what, let me show you how it should have been done. That is how Monster and Bad Man came about. But no, I will. Other things will make me turn off from a show or a book. Boredom. Basically, I have a rule for myself, because I don't watch the shows live. So if I find myself fast forwarding through about 5 minutes of a show, it's probably not a show that I want to watch. If I'm constantly going, okay, past this, past that, past this, past that, past this, it's probably not a show I want to watch. Used to watch The Walking Dead, used to read the comic. After Walking Dead season 7, you kind of stopped. I watched season 1 of Game of Throne, and then I turned it off. It wasn't for me. It's not about was it good, was it bad. I did not even know there were books until I heard about that show. So it's just that I hit the season ended and I went meh. I'm currently watching for the first time The Mentalist. It's fun. It's a fun show, very reminiscent of when it was made, and it's making me miss those kind of shows. Love the books, won't read them again, even if the last gets written. Yeah, I wonder if there's a betting pool on if J.R.R. Martin is ever going to write the last book. It's why I write my series in trilogies. Because it always gives me a place where I can end with a form of conclusion. I also work very hard to make my books stand on their own. Dungeon Runner, the second trilogy of Dungeon Runner is a little iffy in that regards, but you don't know if it's going to be a trilogy or a quadrilogy. Cool. My first books, I did not keep that in mind. Tristan kind of accidentally works as 2 trilogies, but they weren't written with that in mind. Inheriting the Line is 5 books, and each book has its own plot. They can be read standalone, but they have to be read in order, really. Death by Predation is 4 books, and Demons is 3 books. Dungeon Runner, if I pull it off, will be 10 books. 3 trilogies and a conclusion.
Weave these strands of ash together. Warm our hands in the embers of time. The shimmer of white skies, she spins to and fro, a flicker of wild eyes. She's losing control, the shimmer of white skies. I'm haunted at night by her cry. Yeah, I'm frozen cold.
The shimmer of white skies, I spin to and fro, a flicker of wild eyes. Yes, I can control the shimmer of white skies. Who have I no longer defined? Shall reign over bitter white skies. Swinging on towards the end.
Vegas with my two favorite friends. I got my .44 and bullets galore and caps a planet to spend. I got the courier blues and a real short fuse. It's a hell of a message I send. I'm gonna take a trip to Vegas, going hunting down on the strip. I got a bet to make on a real big stake, throwing down my platinum chip. So if I cross your trail, better turn your tail, boy, you ain't gonna give me the slip. I broke every casino, free side to Reno. Won't stop until I get my prize. I'm gonna chase you down in Vegas at the end of a lonesome road. My pit boy's lagging and the screens are dragging and it takes forever to load. I fought 1,000 thugs and a million bugs. Boy, you're just another ditch in my code. I broke every casino, free side to Reno. Won't stop until I get my prize. Oh yeah! Woo! I'm gonna take a trip to Vegas with my two favorite friends. I got my .44 and bullets galore and caps a planted to spend. I got the courier blues and a real short fuse. It's a hell of a message I send. God damn it, not again.
I don't have to imagine it. I also don't have to imagine it. And welcome to the stream, Moonlight. How are you doing today?
Blazing seas of soot we drown. Come on down to London town. The cogs they creak and the pistons pound. Come on down to London town.
That I don't know how to imagine.
Smoking Eden's eyes. A million choking chimneys burn and blacken out the skies. So grab your mates and join us where the rats rejoice. The brazen brass of the working class are here to find their voice. Revolution.
All right.
does bound. Come on down to London town. Break your back for class and crown. Come on down to London town. Steam train running on a reckless rail. Speed and running to the rising gale. Shovel harder 'cause we're on your tail. London's bloody cry. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. treasure of the common man. No deeds to share, gifts to compare. When all I have, it rests on ticking hands. I have my ways, descent delayed, and I have tried to make you see a brighter you. But deep down I know I'll be forever blue. And there's a blackness inside me that's breaking through. But deep down I know I'll be forever blue. Forever blue. Nobody wants to learn a thing these days. An endless coil of waste and toil. Empires are built upon the ashes of the weak and frail, those doomed to fail. And I've been trying to set free a lighter you. But deep down I know I'll be forever blue.
Tiger is well loved. Not really. It's very much a performance. So, as you can tell by the lack of actual interaction with me, they drop by, they say their few lines, and then they leave. It is why I don't put that much energy in greeting them. I tend to give as good as I get. Yes, but you don't show up professing stuff you don't mean, not and then leave. Like you show up, you say hi. If you've got something to say, you say it, and I'm fine with that. My problem with them is the performance. That and the fact that they're always doing that. They're always talking about on the Discord. I happen to be on the Discord where they are as well, and they're always going on about the masterpiece they're going to write tomorrow. And then they want to write a different masterpiece, and then a different one, and at some point I just don't want to put energy into them anymore. Hey, Benjamin! Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Flops down into the chat like a limp rat noodle. I take it it's hot for you too. This is more from mental. Finishing something, but knowing it's back to the grind almost right away. You will give yourself a break. You can't give yourself too much of a break. Resting is good. And whatever the next task is, I hope it goes well. Oh, that's interesting. When did that switch to size 12? Huh.
Green glow will fade, the sky blocks out the sun. The city never sleeps, bleeding the life out through these open wounds. The lengths we've gone to and the things we've done, the sacrifices, deep dark karma's flowers are in bloom. Look out at the tears, out at the faces we've frozen in fear. Forward we run, darken the gleam, break the machine. Through life and love, rivers of soul are flying. The heavy cause of holding the hands of time. Through life and loss, tide eyes of home are riding. The heavy cause of moving outside the lines, intertwined. When we lose everything that defines us, can we hold to the promise that binds us and carry on into tomorrow's sorrow? When we're facing the ghosts of our destinies, will we turn or remain in the memories and choose to lead or choose to follow sorrow?
now when you're two of a kind. Blitzing and bolting to desperate frontiers. Clear out the waste jam, a wrench in the gears. Full speed and fire up the engines. A supernova ascending. Nothing's gonna slow me down. No time to rest on the players. Each one a lesson for later. Nothing's
Alrighty. I am going to call this done. It's 8. I'm tired. And it's a tad hot. So, thank you very much, everyone, for dropping by and keeping me company. I will be back Tuesday morning. It's a holiday here in Canada, so I am not working on Monday. I will be doing read and corrects, and in the afternoon working on book 14 of Mon-Friday. I hope to see you then. If I do not, I hope you have a good rest of the weekend, a good week when it arrives, and I will see you when I see you.